Alright guys, welcome to today's video. Freddie's here for a special project that I can't tell you guys about because it's top secret, but he's here and I need filler for this video because I can't show you guys anything that's going on with the special project, and he was arguably the least impressed with this car of all, so okay. We have to see if you are impressed now. Still just not rowdy enough.
Like it gets down way more than before though.
Yeah, the downpipe made it a lot spicier, like torque wise.
Yeah, that's not bad.
That's good. We're going to the auto parts store to go get parts for a secret project. Did I mention we're doing a secret project? Can't talk about it. So regarding the R32 Skyline, we have decided a very tough call, and that is to, for now, run it with the existing head. So essentially it will be the same setup as before, but with a new Plasma Man intake manifold. Johan already has the intercooler piping modified on this side to suit it with the plasma clamp, and now is redoing it on this side to suit the turbo. The downpipe is good, but the reason being, we are concerned that because I don't have valve reliefs in the pistons on this engine, that potentially with both the Neo and the super high lift cams, we could have interference, and I don't want to pull this apart if I'm not sure. So maybe we'll give it a shot down the road, or maybe I'll build another engine on the side. We'll see. But for now, he's finishing that up, and then we just got a couple other minor things, and then we should be able to start this thing and hear our sounds of the new turbo. Johan got it all welded up, and then we will have V-band or HD clamp, I should say, up here this time instead of the couplers that like to melt in that area. But I like the way that you did that. It looks very clean, and we'll have good clearance with the strut tower as opposed to if we used a bigger one that slipped over.
Right, and then that's just for like clearance on the strut tower, so.
There's usually a nub here.
Right. All right, so we're getting started on the pipe. We did the hot side. We're still waiting on material on the bottom end, but the top end is done. I gotta weld a IAT sensor bond on this end, and then over to this side, we did the elbow on the compressor housing. Then from there, we transitioned into a 2.5 inch HD clamp, and then read new piping to the intercooler. Now I'm about to extend the section down there, and then the hot side will be done, and then as soon as the other components come in for the cold side, I'll get that one done, weld the bung on it, and then just take everything out, put the gaskets, O-rings on it, make sure the lines are still in good shape, and pretty much starts assembling back. So the close side is done. I opted to do a coupler there.
Yep.
Versus having a complete long pipe, just because if you remove the pipe, it will be really hard to remove it as a complete unit with the radiator in place. So just like the R34, it was best to just make it a two-piece.
Right.
So that side is done. It has the new bunk for the AIT. So this side's good to go.
Sweet.
Fresh new couplers, and now pretty much just I have the turbo mocked up already in location. I just need to clock the center cartridge for the oil feed, the return, and the coolant lines.
Oh, okay.
And then once those are set, put a brand new gasket on it and slap it in.
What are you working on now? What are you doing?
I'm making an adapter.
You're making an adapter? Why are you making an adapter?
Because turbo too small.
Turbo drain
That's weird.
fitting
Yeah.
too small?
Me, the stand oil drain, easy to work on.
Ah,
Yes.
I see, I see.
Hey, one of the next purchases is going to be a lathe. That's
Yeah.
a lathe, because then I don't have to do this. And if I get good at it, then I can make my own fitting.
Ooh.
But nah, because it's just easier to do this. Or find the right fitting for the job.
That too.
Yeah. All right, so we're gonna put the front half back in. This is the thing that I modified in May. Before, this fitting used to be in here, and it was impossible to get in there with a dash 10 AN wrench. So I just extended it. Now there's space in there, so I could go from the back and tighten it. Now the rest of the fittings are in, and just gonna put it on.
Big sad, we aren't going to be using this head, and I think I explained why. My concern, if you come over here, Mike, you can see, possibly with VTC and not having valve release in my pistons, that we could have an interference issue, and I don't want to hit the piston and ruin this good head. But I thought I would still walk you guys through kind of all the work that JP did to this up in Connecticut when I sent it up to him. So he glass bead cleaned the entire thing, and then on this side you can see it's surface for an MLS gasket. And then one thing that I ended up doing, which I haven't done on any of my heads so far, we did 1 mil oversized intake and exhaust from Ferrera, and they look sick. But again, that adds to my concern of possibly having any sort of interference. The only place that I could find that makes cams for a Neo head that were like notably big was Kelford. So these are Kelford's 244B cams. I believe it's like 9¼ mil lift. They're 272s. They have a really good sound, and I think they're perfect for the power band that I'm going after, but not a lot of people make cams for the Neo engine. I wanted to switch to the Neo because of the solid lifter setup. So JP did re-shim it. We had to get some shims from Raw Brokerage just to make sure all the clearances were right. And then in addition to that, these cams actually require a little bit of clearancing on the head. It's really hard to see, but if you look in there, just in that little corner, there are a couple areas like that where the lobe could have had contact with the head. So he just turned it over and was able to see that and grinded it away. But he got it turned around in a super short period of time. And I'm so excited to put it on, but I don't want to put it on and potentially damage it. So I'm contemplating with the idea of sending him up a 2.8 crankshaft and some new internals, and then building a spare short block so I can leave that long block together, maybe use it for another project, and then have like a 2.8 Neo head with oversized valves, big cam, big turbo, high revving, a little bit better power band, and having a aftermarket crank versus stock crank, I'd definitely feel way more comfortable revving upwards of 9,000 RPM. So not that the R32 4-door really needs that, but this is sick, and I'm super excited about it, and I just, I don't want to ruin it. kind of funny, but not really funny. I've been hyping up since I got this RB25 intake from Plasma Man that I was finally gonna have the footage to reveal the secrets of you guys so you can understand that this is not welded by a machine. You can see how perfect it looks, and actually welded by a human being. But the footage has mysteriously disappeared from my inbox. I don't want to say it's a conspiracy theory. I would rather just say that I was dumb and didn't download it and the footage expired on Dropbox. But regardless, we may not have a video. Typically we're on an every other day schedule. We may skip one day, but then after that, there's gonna be about 4 consecutive videos that'll be back to back to back daily. So hopefully you can understand that, since there won't be an upload on Christmas Eve. But you're gonna want to tune in because the special project we've been having going on behind the scenes should make up for all the lack of other stuff that's going on around the shop, because it's tough. We're like bouncing between a bunch of things and still trying to film a video on the side, and Mike's editing like 5 videos at once.
I got 2 cameras in my hand at the same time, running around. Yeah, 2 videos at the same time.
He literally forced me to buy him another camera because he's like, I need to have the separation. I need to have 1 camera for this build, 1 camera for this build.
No, incorrect.
Did you?
But it's very helpful.
Okay.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yep. All right. So anyway, thank you guys. I know this video is a little slow on, but hopefully, I don't know. Maybe we'll have another one actually, because we can probably get this thing running. Freddie's dying to tune it. So, Freddie, say "I" if you're dying to tune it. We can't show him because he's with the secret project right now. So, all right. Stay tuned. I'll see you guys soon.